Hey, what's up book lovers? My name is Medim and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here to do a book haul. This book haul contains all of the books that I bought during the summer, and honestly I'm really proud of myself. I've only acquired 12 new books this summer, which is saying something for me because I usually buy a lot of books. But this summer I only bought books if I really wanted them because they were anticipated releases, or if they were on sale at like Barnes & Noble or Book Outlet. So the first 5 books that I bought were because Barnes & Noble was having like a whole sale for teen books. It was like buy 3 for $30, and they were like hardcover books. So I was like, yes please, thank you. And the first 3 that I picked up are actually 3 books that relate to a series that I still haven't read yet. So if you think it's pretty ridiculous that I buy books for series I haven't read yet, you're correct. But those 3 books are Winter by Marissa Meyer, Fairest, and Stars Above. Winter is the last book in Marissa Meyer's Lunar Chronicles series, and if you haven't heard of this book, I'm actually surprised because it's everywhere, and the main reason why I haven't read it is because it's everywhere and I'm scared of the hype. But the first book is called Cinder. All I know is that this book is like science fiction and has fairy tale retelling elements, and also that there's a cyborg in the first book. Other than that, I don't really know much else. Fairest is a novella, and Stars Above is a bind-up of novellas, like in short stories that relate to this world. So one day I will get to this series and hopefully love it and read everything and marathon it. And that's basically why I bought all 3 of these books, because I knew that they were for cheap. So what other opportunity am I going to get? Because I know Fairest, especially Fairest, I can never find it for like a cheap price. It's always very expensive. So I decided to pick these 3 up from Barnes & Noble. The next book that I picked up from Barnes & Noble was Ice Like Fire by Sarah Rosh. This is the second book in Sarah Rosh's Snow Like Ashes trilogy. I do have a book talk up for Snow Like Ashes if you're interested in hearing more about what this trilogy is about, but it's basically a fantasy that centers around the seasons. I started reading this book because I wanted to finish it before the 3rd book comes out on September 20th. It's called Frost Like Night. I don't know if that's going to happen because I stopped reading it after like 1 chapter because Furthermore by Tahara Mafi came out, and I've been waiting for that book. And then next week, Empire of Storms is coming out. So I don't know what's going to happen. When am I going to read this book? But hopefully soon, because I really did enjoy Snow Like Ashes, and I think I'm definitely going to like Ice Like Fire as well. Then I also picked up A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. This is the second book in Sarah J. Maas's A Court of Thorns and Roses series, and it was fantastic. It was so much better than the first book. Oh my goodness, I have a non-spoiler book talk up and a spoiler book talk up because I just have so much to talk about with this book. It was fantastic. It was amazing. If you haven't read A Court of Thorns and Roses, you should read A Court of Thorns and Roses just so you can read A Court of Mist and Fury. And I also have a book talk up for A Court of Thorns and Roses if you have no idea what this series is about. This is a fantasy series that originally starts off like a Beauty and the Beast sort of retelling, like it has elements of that, but is ultimately about like fairies and fae. So you should absolutely 100% pick up A Court of Thorns and Roses so you could get to A Court of Mist and Fury. Then on like July 31st, I got Harry Potter the Cursed Child by Jack Thorne. Honestly, the glow that comes onto my face whenever I talk about Harry Potter or this book or anything Harry Potter related is ridiculous. But I've been waiting for this book for so long. I love Harry Potter, so need I say any more than that. I do have a book talk up for this one too, where basically I'm just squealing about everything that I loved. So you could watch that if you're interested. And I read this in 4 hours when I got it and absolutely loved it. And I really don't care if a lot of other people didn't like it, that's fine. But I definitely absolutely loved this book because I got to be in the Harry Potter world once again, and that's something that I'm always going to enjoy no matter what. Then Book Outlet was having a sale. Not like just having like discounted books, but like a sale where you could get like a few books and you get $5 off. Actually, I think it was 50% off of YA books. Yeah, it was 50% off of YA books. And originally I was not going to buy anything. I was exercising self-control. Self-restraint was being exercised. And then Book Outlet decides to tweet that they have copies of Truth Witch by Susan Dennard for $3.99. And how am I to resist that? This is a hardcover copy of a book that I've wanted for such a long time for $3.99. I couldn't resist that. So I had to pick up Truth Witch. Basically, I don't really know what Truth Witch is about, to be completely honest with you, except that it has female friendships, and also that there's different types of witches. Like, Truth Witch can tell if people are telling the truth, I think, and then there's like a Thread Witch. You could tell like the bonds between people. So I'm really excited for that, and I definitely can't wait to pick this book up. So I bought 4 other books in this order, the second of which being Lock and Key by Sarah Dessen. I have read almost all Sarah Dixon's books, but I don't own all of them yet. I've already read Lock and Key, and I've absolutely loved it. This is one of her best books, and this is about a girl named Ruby who only lives with her mom, but her mom has left her and disappeared. So now she's going to live with her sister, who she hasn't talked to for 10 years, and her husband. And she's going through her struggles in life and discovering more about herself. And honestly, this is such a great book, so if you haven't picked this one up, you definitely should. Then I have Maybe One Day by Melissa Cantor, and this one is a YA contemporary about two best friends, one of whom gets sick, and so the other one is basically just trying to be the positive friend and keep the other one going. So I also really can't wait to get to this book because I am a sucker for friendships. Now I have Side Effects May Vary by Julie Murphy, and basically I've wanted this book for a really long time. I've had my eye on it for a really long time because I love the cover, and also I love the title. I think the title is great. Side Effects May Vary. Like, it speaks to me. This book is about a 16-year-old girl named Alice who is diagnosed with leukemia. And she kind of has like this bucket list that she convinces her friend Harvey to do with her, but then she goes into remission and she has to face a lot of consequences from the things that she's done and really try and figure out her feelings for Harvey. The last book in that book outlet order is by Amy Zhang. I'm actually not sure what this book is about because the synopsis is so incredibly confusing and not clear. But basically, I think the main premise of this book is about a girl committing suicide. So that is all that I know about this book, is that there is suicide involved. And now the last book that I have in this book haul is Furthermore by Tahira Mafi. This book is about a girl named Alice who is basically living in this place called Farronwood, and it's like a very lively place with magic and color, and she was born without color, so she's very ostracized and just very left out of her society, and her father actually disappeared 3 years ago, so this book focuses on her trying to find her father, I think. I'm actually not sure what it's going to focus on because as you can see, I'm reading it, and I'm only like about 80-something pages in. This book just came out on August 30th, and I absolutely, oh my god, I love this cover. It's so pretty, like, it just pops out at you. I actually don't know how I'm feeling about it right now because it's taking me a while to get through it, and I don't know if that's just because I don't have any time to read it like consecutively, and it's like confusing me a little bit in the beginning, just trying to get accustomed to the world. But the writing is absolutely beautiful. Like, I think Tahira Mafi writes so incredibly beautifully, and that's what's keeping me going in this book so far. I hope it gets a lot better, and I think it's gonna pick up soon, but for now it's just been like introductory. I was a little confused. The confusion's starting to clear up, but that's where I'm at with this book so far. So those are all of the books that I bought this summer. Let me know what books you bought this summer or what books you've checked out from the library recently. If you've read any of these books, then let me know what books I should bump up on my TBR and what books I need to read ASAP. And if you've read any of the books that I've read, definitely let me know your thoughts on those books as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time with a new video. Bye!